Hello again, everybody. This is your commander, Lieutenant Commander, Mr. Everything of the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. Or if you're a War Thunder player, it's the 1st Naval Air Squadron. Now, we've got a few orders of business that I want to put out. This is our monthly newsletter. This is our August newsletter. It's called State of the Unit Address. If you've never come to a State of the Unit address, what it is basically, you're right, it's the monthly newsletter for the unit to let everybody know where we're at, what's going on, what's scheduled, you know, just any changes or anything like that. So thanks for coming out and checking out this video, and hopefully we'll pick something up and learn something. So let's move on. Now what I'm doing now is I'm looking at our website right here, right? And on the website, we have an administrative page. I'm going to close this, go here. Okay, so this is an admin page that you probably don't ever get a chance to see unless you're one of the administrators on the website. And one of the tabs that we have is users, and this kind of shows me who the users are in our website and what their tags are, and like when they join, when the last time that I had a chance to see them on the website. This is some of these numbers over here are alarming, and I just want you to kind of see what I'm talking about. This guy right here, Vivace Gaming, okay, joined May 28th. The last time he visited the website was May 29th. Okay, you can expect to see him kicked from the unit, okay, because May, June, July, we're in August, okay? So for the whole month of June and July, he didn't visit the website once. Gone. He's gone. I'm going to delete him off of our War Thunder game. I'm going to delete it because that's the game that he's in. I'm going to delete him from War Thunder. I'm going to delete him from the website. This is just one of many, and it happens like this. It just happens. People join the unit. They realize maybe we're not the right fit for them, or they're just not very active, and they don't play very much. I don't want those kind of players in the unit. Now here's the guy. He joined in April. He did come back maybe, I don't know how many times he came back, but the last time we saw him again was in May. Same thing, gone. Okay, I don't want people that don't visit the website. This guy joined in April and then came back April 12th to the website. Okay, they very well could be logging into the game, and they could very well be playing the game on a regular basis, but that's not good enough for me. I'm telling you guys right now, in the unit, if you're in the unit, that's not good enough. I'm not going to accept mediocrity. If you want to be in this unit, you need to be involved in the unit. If you don't want to be involved in the unit, that's okay. Go on and do something else. Browser cookie, June, okay. What happened in July? Nothing. You know, I've seen Browser Cookie on the TeamSpeak. I've seen him on the TeamSpeak. I've probably even seen him in game. I think I've seen him in game a couple of times. Not good enough. All you have to do is log into the website. See if you've got any messages. What if I put out a message saying, hey, we need everybody to be in a meeting? You would never have gotten that because you don't log into the website. So you'll never see that. Not good enough. I want you to be more active in the unit. You don't have to be on every single night. You don't have to be on every single week. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you just to periodically get on the website. And when I say periodically, I mean maybe once a week, once every other week. Because when I try to schedule something for the unit, I usually put it out a week in advance. Maybe 2 weeks in advance. And when I do that, if you don't come on but maybe once every 3 months, what kind of a squadron mate are you? You're not I don't want you in my squadron. I'm being a little strict right now. I'm being a little firm. So expect to see some people removed from the squadron. They're going to be gone. I don't mean to be a dick or anything. I'm just telling you, the squadron has. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at something. We're going to go to the squadron site. We're going to go to the code of conduct. Okay, we have a code of conduct right here. I don't know if any of you have ever read this. You probably have. I don't know, I'm just being stupid. But check this out. Check this out. I think it's like 13. No, that's not it. Hold on. Number 11. Report in frequently to the engine website. Okay, frequently. That's kind of a vague, right? Just log in the website and exit. Your report date will automatically update, as you already know. Anyone who does not log into the website is AOL and is soon to be dropped, stop playing, and yeah, it's going to be discharged. So what does frequently mean? For me, it means every day. I log in every day. Every other day, at the bare minimum. Being the squadron leader, I would assume that you want me to log in every day. Now I'm going to flip that on you and say, you being a squadron member, I would expect you to log in every day. But if you don't, I'm not going to sweat it. But if you don't log in every week or every other week, what the hell? You don't really give a shit about this unit. That's what you're saying. You're saying, I don't give a shit about this unit. And that's okay. I'll just let you go. You probably don't play with us anyway. So if you don't play with us, why do I have you on my roster? Right? Why are you even here? If you're not trying to team up, or you're not trying to join in squadron battles, or if you're not trying to form groups or play missions together or whatever, then why are you in a squadron? You can do that. First of all, you can form teams without being in a squadron. All you have to do is have people on your friends list. You can chat with them on your friends list, and you can invite them. They can be on TeamSpeak with you. You don't have to be in a squadron. You don't have to be in a squadron to do that. So why do you join a squadron? I even put this on the forums last month. Why are you in the squadron? Squadrons originally are set up, especially in War Thunder. This is what I'm talking about in War Thunder. Because in Star Citizen, it's a completely different story, and we're going to be talking about that in just a moment. But in War Thunder, squadrons are set up so that there can be squadron battles. You guys are in a guild, a clan, a unit, an organization. And what does that do for us? What does that do for us as an organization? Number-wise. The only thing it does, it allows us to join squadron battles. Without being in a squadron, you cannot participate in the Thunder League or the squadron battles. That's it. So don't join a squadron unless you're planning on doing one of those two things. Now, as a squadron, we don't want you in the squadron unless you're planning on doing one of these two things. Now let's back up. There's a lot of people in the squadron that I consider to be my friends or I enjoy playing with that I really could care less if we join a squadron battle. Right? I've met them in the squadron. They've joined the squadron. We've become good friends. And that's another good reason for squadron battle, for having a squadron. Okay. But if you don't go to the website, then you're telling me you don't care about our squadron, right? So, okay. Now let's talk about in the game. Now we're just talking about War Thunder right now. In the game, I'm going to pull up War Thunder right here. I'm going to pull up our squadron. Okay, no, okay. You see right now it says we've got 34 people in the squadron, right? 34? Well, what that means is we have 34 people, registered in the squadron, and on the website we only have 31. I just looked a few moments ago. War Thunder, 31, right? And then in the game, 34. So there are 3 people in the game that are in our squadron that are not on the website. Guess what? That's the same thing as not logging in for 2 months. Hell, you haven't logged in ever. So guess what? You're out. Okay, and so I just want you to understand that I consider that to be serious. I'm serious about this. You need to be on the game and on the website. You need to visit the website periodically, because that's where all the news is. That's where all the posts are. That's where all the if you're trying to form a team, you put that on the website. We have a forum for this. We have a calendar. If you want to have a scheduled event, you want to have a meeting, you want to do anything, you put it on the calendar on the website. If you don't visit the website, you never see any of that. Okay. Now, another thing that War Thunder has added for squadron leaders, and I guess the rest of the squadron, you can check this too, I suspect. I don't know, because I am the squadron leader and I only see what I see. There's this tab right here called Activity, right? And it gives me the activity of, and you can see it's posted right there on the screen. It's for 2 weeks, 14 days, and activity points are earned in all battles in which research points are acquired to the vehicles. 1 activity point is given for every 200 RPs. And you can earn up to 120 activity points a day. Okay, so what is that? First of all, what does that do? What does that do? It lets me as a squadron leader know who's playing, what are you doing? So if I click, you can see there are people that have not acquired any points in the last 2 weeks. Okay, like Mickey Mac, right? He must have played maybe 1 day, a little bit, right? I can find out. All I gotta do is click, right-click, activity. And it tells me he got no points all these days, except for this day, the July 17th. Almost, well, exactly 2 weeks ago, he played. So he hasn't played in 2 weeks. That's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's okay. Sometimes you're on vacation. Sometimes you get deployed in the service. Sometimes, whatever. That's fine. So don't sweat that. But as a positive, what is this telling me? I'm going to click on it so we can sort by activity level. Oh my gosh. Look at this big falloon. He's carrying the squadron. He plays probably every day. Let me just see. Look at that. He gets 120 points, which is, as you saw earlier, that's the maximum you can get per day. He gets 120 per day, except this day, okay, he took a little break. So this guy, he loves War Thunder, okay? He's playing. He's supporting the squadron, right? He's doing a, and he's a new member, right? He's joined June 28th. But there's others down here that haven't played in a long time. And I mean a long time, because I'm keeping an eye on this. And I'm looking at like how long, like how many points you acquire, how long you've been at this bottom of this list, stuff like that. So just know that I'm keeping an eye on that. Okay? I'm not the most active player, okay? But I've got 300 points. I usually play 2 or 3 matches a day at least, that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. I'm just curious. Yeah, see, I play a lot, but not for many hours. I'll play 2 or 3 matches a day, and that's about all I'll play. Some days I'll play more than others, obviously. Some days I'll stream, some days I won't. Last couple of weeks I haven't been. I've been doing other things, but at least I'll be logged in and I'll play. And there are some people like today. Today I've got 4 points. I don't know how I got that. Did I play a match? Oh, I might have played last night at midnight. Okay, yeah. That's possible. Okay. So, so yeah, it measures like how often you log into the game, and that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, and I think that's where this number comes from. We take our members' activities, we add them all together, and that's what you get. I think that's the case. It might not be because it doesn't look right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, it could be 12,000. It could be. All right, so this is what we're talking about. Now, I'm talking about activity level in our squadron. You log into the game you play. That's tracked by activity. I'll periodically look at that. I don't look at it all the time, but I will kind of look at it and see if there's any outliers that really stand out to me. There's activity on the website, right here on the last scene, right? And it doesn't mean you have to be logging into the forum and posting and anything. As if you were to just log in and then log out, it would give you a last scene up to date, right? If it's a month old, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. If you yeah, if you're logged into the unit and not on the website, that's also unacceptable. If you're logged into the website and not into the unit, that's also unacceptable. But guess what? Going forward, I started this last month. I'm not going to approve, and I'm going to make sure that my admins don't approve any applications unless they verify that they're actually in the game. This applies to Star Citizen and War Thunder. So if we get a squadron invite on the website, we'll immediately check the game to see if we also have an invite. If we don't, we're not going to approve it. Same thing. If we find an invite in a game, we'll immediately check the website to see if we have an invite. If we don't, we will not approve it. So don't, if you're an admin, you're watching this, you're one of the leaders, one of the officers that have approval permissions, do not approve anything unless you verify that they're in both. Okay, so we've pretty much talked about the War Thunder membership. Now let's talk about Star Citizen, right? We don't have as many members in Star Citizen. We have 10. We have 10 members in Star Citizen on the website, and we have 10 members in Star Citizen on the RSI website. So that's perfect. They're going back and forth. Perfect like that. Now, activity, we're not really tracking activity in Star Citizen. Star Citizen is not a released game yet. It's still in alpha. It's still in production. I appreciate it when people get on and play with me in Star Citizen and we tool around and play either Vandal Swarm or the Persistent Universe, where we can hone our skills in first-person shooting or flight sim, or we can learn about the economy and cargo and exploration and all that great stuff. It's like an MMO, so there's a lot of things to do in Star Citizen. It's just not all in the game yet. So the more people that actually participate with us, the better. But what I'm asking for is activity on the RSI website. And there's really only one thing that I need done on the RSI website, and that's going to our, and I'll even close this, and we'll go to the flight deck of our website. Right here, Star Citizen Recruitment Post. Close that. You don't need to hear all that. Star Citizen Recruitment Post. I need you to click that. Click it as often as you can. Go there, right? Go to the RSI Recruitment Post and put a little post in here like, had some great discussions with Aaron, the last night. Okay, and then post it. Now, see, you notice how I didn't say bump or anything. I said something super simple, easy. And what this does by making that post, okay, let me show you what it does. You probably already know this about forums, but we're going to go to Star Citizen Community, right? This is Star Citizen Community site or whatever. Well, actually, that doesn't look right. We're going to go to home. There we go. This looks right. So we go down here to Star Citizen Shipyard. They've changed things around a little bit. Looks like organizations. Okay, look at right there. Without even opening organizations, Mr. Everything, 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron, we're right there. They don't even have to look any further. Bam, we're right there because I am the last one to post. And if I was to open organizations and I was interested, like, you know what, I'm looking for an organization to join, boom, we're right here at the top. They won't have to scroll down. They will not have to go to multiple pages. If we don't post, we will be pushed onto the second page by the middle of the afternoon. By the next day, we'll be on the 3rd or 4th or 5th page. Most people, when they are hunting for a squadron, they don't dig. It's a known fact. They don't dig past the 5th page. Most people lose interest in hunting, or they'll find what they're looking for on one of the first 5 pages. We have to make sure that we stay on the first 5 pages. So as a member of our squadron, please, there's not a whole lot of us right now. So it's important that we post as often as we can. We need to stay on this top, okay? I'm going to refresh this page, and I want to see if I've moved. Fresh. No, we're still there. Okay, pretty cool. All right. Okay, when you look under here, you'll see how it has 67 comments and 200 views, or almost 300 views. Look at this one. 13,000 comments. 1,200 comments, 9,000 comments, 14,000 comments. And that's why they're a large organization, is because they have more people bumping their recruitment posts. Because there's not a whole lot of recruiting in-game, because guess what? There's not a whole lot to do in-game. There's only, when you go into the game, there's only 24 people in-game with you. So when you get that, so your recruitment in-game is very, it's very selective, or you know, that you're only targeting a couple of people. Where, like in War Thunder, when we posted in the chat, yeah, it hits about the same number of people, but you every 15 minutes you're in a new match, so you're hitting another group of 20 or 30 people every 15 minutes. Where in Star Citizen, you're hitting them once, and then 3 hours later, it's still the same group. So we really need to rely on the forums as well as the chat. And if you've watched any of my streams, you see me, I post in the chat as soon as I get in. I do get some hostile comments. It does happen. They go, why are you spamming your recruitment? You know, hey, ignore that. Just move on. Who cares what they say? You know, I'm just putting it out there. It's think of it like, because we are a naval air squadron. Think of it like a poster on the wall that says, hey, you know, this Naval Air Squadron recruiting, we need you, or whatever. And just consider it like that, and then just move on. You're not always in their face. You're not posting it every 15 minutes or whatever. So, and if somebody's got a negative comment, and I've noticed this, the people that have negative comments are usually already in a squadron. So they're the ones that are going to say, well, you need to stop spamming. Well, shut up. You're already in a squadron. I'm talking to people who aren't in a squadron and might be looking for one. Of course you're not looking for one because you're already in one, stupid. You know, of course you're going to say this is spam, this is bothering you, because Maybe you're jealous. You know, maybe it's you have an inferiority complex. Maybe your squadron has 2 people in it, and you know, and you see me post. Now we only have 10. That's not a whole lot of people. We need to get more. We need to build our squadron. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so that's what I'm asking for you from the Star Citizen Squadron. If you would, please, please go to our website. Click this link right here that says Star Citizen Recruitment Post. It brings it to our recruitment post, and post something and do it daily. Do it daily. Okay. So the Star Citizen Squadron and the Star Citizen website both have exactly the same number of people in it. So far, so good. War Thunder, it's a little discrepancy here and there, and there's also a lot of people that log in and they don't ever come back. So we're going to get rid of some of them people. Some of them there's peoples. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get out of recruiting. Let's get in and membership. Let's get into what's coming up real soon. I'm going to hit the calendar. I'm going to bring the calendar up so you all can see this. I can even turn this admin page off. We really need to look at that, do we? Nope. Okay. Okay, so tonight, first of all, I want everyone to know that I am live streaming. I log into Star Citizen every night. Maybe 1 or 2 nights in the last month and a half that I have not logged in. And I'm logging in not exactly at midnight. I try to do midnight, but sometimes I get 1 o'clock at the latest. I'll log in. And I usually stay on for at least 30 minutes to an hour. Sometimes, like the other night when I was flying with Rogue and Dark Hearth and Aaron, I stayed on till like 3 a.m. Okay, so I'll stay on late sometimes, depending on what everybody, like Rogue was needing a little help on learning how to fly and stuff like that, and I don't mind that. That's why I'm there. That's why I'm logged in. It's so that if anybody wants to know anything about Star Citizen, you can jump onto my stream, or you can jump into TeamSpeak with me, and I will fly with you. If you want to fly with me, if you want to do some first-person shooting, we can do that. If you want to learn, you want to be trained, you have questions, anything, that's what it's for, okay? And I'm on every single night. Now, why am I doing that? Well, you just heard a lot of the reasons why I'm doing it, but that's not the main reason. Main reason is advertising. And I'm out there talking about the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. I'm talking about Star Citizen primarily, but there's an underlying theme of recruitment. Okay, so yeah. Now I know midnight is probably not the best time to recruit. I know that. I know that, guys. I know that. You know, in the middle of the afternoon is probably the best time, or maybe in the middle of the night, like 7 to 8 or whatever is the best time. But sometimes I can't get on at that time because I have a job, you know. So, but when I can, I will. I'll log in. But because it's irregular at those times, I don't want to have an irregular stream. I don't want the stream to be on some nights at 8, some nights at 7, some nights at 9, and then some nights not even because I'm closing at work or whatever, or some nights this and that. So I'm trying to have a consistent stream, and by including it on the YouTube afterwards, like because it automatically uploads and saves to YouTube immediately, then people can watch it at any time of the day or any time of the night. They can say, oh, there was a live stream last night at midnight. I can watch it, you know, and they'll watch it, or they won't, you know, or whatever. But if they do, they'll hear a little bit of recruitment, right? It's subtle. I don't, you know, push it or anything, but it's kind of in the corner of the stream, and then up at the top it talks about, you know, using a referral code if you want to join and stuff like that, right? So it's there, but it's kind of like a subtle subliminal message, right? And in my little ticker that goes across, it does say that the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron is recruiting. Okay, but now tonight we're going to be doing Filling the Void. I do that right now we're doing it with Nightwing, Aaron, right? We do that every 2 weeks, as you can see. Like here's this one, and then there's this one, and it's on a Monday at 8 p.m. Central, right? Now that might be different for you depending on where you're located in the world, but 8 p.m. Central, And what we do is we spend an hour or so on the live stream talking about Star Citizen and all the news that happened in the last couple of weeks. And we talk about various things, but we also have an underlying reason. The reason is not just streaming, not just streaming. It's a recruitment stream. But that's not what we're labeling it as. We're labeling it as like a news stream, like we're going over the news, talking about it, discussing it, sharing our thoughts with the community and stuff like that. But we're both in the 1st Naval Air Space Squad. See what I mean? So that's something that's going on in the stream. Now, coming up here in the middle of August, we've got Gamescom. Gamescom's in Germany. And it's a big gaming reveal convention, basically, for the whole weekend. It happens every year, and big game companies, especially the European ones, go to this Gamescom, and like Gaijin from War Thunder, they had a big reveal last year about their destructible environments. That's what they talked about. They talked about that at Gamescom last year, and they talked about the Daegor engine and all that. That came out at Gamescom. So follow the Gamescom streams. There's a bunch of different games if you're interested in a bunch of different games, especially European ones. I'm sure they'll be revealed there. Plus, PlayStation games, Xbox, all that will be there, but it's mostly computer games from what I understand. And Star Citizen will be there doing their, they'll have a live stream, like 4 YouTubers, or I'm sorry, they're not going to be YouTubers, 4 Twitch streamers that they're bringing with them, and then they will be streaming the convention. And they have this big Idris bridge set up, which is one of the bigger ships in Star Citizen. They have like a mock-up of the bridge with all these terminals, and players will get to come in and play and stuff like that, and they're going to stream all that. Unfortunately, they went with Twitch streamers, but because I do believe the YouTube community is a lot better community than Twitch community. No, I'm not going to say that about the Twitch community. I'm going to say the Twitch. I'm just going to say I got problems with the Twitch broadcast system because the way it's organized and the way it's managed and the way it's the lag and stuff like that. You get so much lag, and the picture quality is horrible on Twitch. I don't know why people stream on Twitch. That's why I'm streaming on YouTube. Why am I getting texts? Or mails, actually, I guess. I apparently dropped the ball, but we do have an officer meeting in War Thunder. I want you to know about recruits before I finish. Surprised I don't have an event created here. I you guys can see how this is done. All right, now there's one more thing about this. You should be able to create any kind. Okay, here, let me just do this. Let me just start over so you guys can see how this is done. Everybody in the community should be able to create an event on the calendar, right? And I'm surprised I don't have an event created here. I thought I had done this, and I apparently dropped the ball. But we do have an officer meeting on the 8th, right? And it's to discuss squadron battles, right? And what time is it starting? I do believe I have it scheduled for 8 o'clock Central, and it'll probably go on, not too long, probably an hour and a half, maybe at the most. And I'm going to, if you enable event sign up, What that means is you can automatically invite selected users. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite the War Thunder Commander, War Thunder Lieutenant, War Thunder JG, Ensign, and Petty Officer. Okay, these are all invited. That does not include the recruits. Something I want you to know about recruits before I finish. A recruit is somebody who's been in the unit for a little while, usually a short amount of time, 3 months or less, have not really committed any time to helping the community do anything. So they're usually just floaters or people that have been involved in the unit but just don't really, how do I say this? They haven't stepped up their game and like trained other users, put a lot of forum posts out, put forum posts on the either Gaijin or the Star Citizen website as recruitment posts. They're basically just they've logged into the squadron, they play with the squadron, but they don't really do anything for the squadron other than participate. Okay, participation is a great thing, but if you want to lead a unit or if you want to form your own flight or something like that, let me know. We'll put you in a leadership position and we'll get you some guys under you so that you can train them and things like that. So if you're okay with being just hanging out, being a recruit, tagging along, that's okay too. There's no obligation to try to become an officer. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm saying. I'm saying that if you want to, though, that's always an option. Especially when we got 30 people in the organization. We should be able to get a few officers, or at least petty officers, out there that can form their own little flights, and then maybe have little, you can train them all in tactics and things like that. So it's an option. It's something to think about. Okay, we're not going to select enable role and role management. We're not doing that. Okay, and so these guys should all get invited automatically. They're going to be told about the meeting. We're going to discuss squadron battles. I'm not putting an image up. There doesn't need to be one. And there we have a color code over here. Purple is like a member created event. So if you ever want to create your own event, do that. Brown is War Thunder training, or red is War Thunder event. It's not really either one of those. It's kind of like the whole community thing. So I'm going to leave it as a green. And it pops up right there. Boop. See how easy that was? Super easy. Okay, so that's and anybody can put anything up here. And then when I come and I check the website every day, I'll say, oh, look at that. Sonic's got a game he's going to be playing at 2 a.m. in the morning or whatever. And if I'm available, I might join him. That kind of stuff. And then there should be like an updated, like, this is what's coming up soon. But you're going to see a lot of midnight live streams because I have that on every day. And this is color coded over here too. Okay, so you've seen the, and that's going to start this video, isn't it? I'm going to go ahead and pause that. There we go. Yeah, that's really all I really wanted to talk about was membership, activity, the meetings coming up on the calendar. Let's talk about what's upcoming in the actual games that we're playing, and mainly we're playing War Thunder and Star Citizen. In Star Citizen, 2.5 is currently with the Evocate or Evocati. That's a Russian term, Roman term. As you know, Star Citizen is set in a Roman themed World War II futuristic world. So I know it's weird, but it's like, take the future, not too far, 1,000 years into the future. The government has adopted like a Roman theme. So you've got the Senate and you've got the Imperator, legionaries, things like this. And then have an overlaying like World War II combat experience. right? It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea. I like it. But okay, so Star Citizen's getting ready to go to 2.5. We've already got the Evocati testing it. There's actually videos on the CIG's website that you can watch people play 2.5, the Evocati. That's all supposed to be hush hush, private, secret, don't let anybody know kind of stuff. But these videos are being posted to CIG, but guess what? Everybody can see them. So, so I don't know what's going on there. But that's going to be coming out real soon. What that's going to do is it's going to open up Grim Hex, which is another landing zone. Hopefully additional missions will appear. I know the waypoint icons and all that stuff will change, but not much will change really. 2.5 is not that big of a difference. It's not, everybody's like, ooh, 2.5 is going to be great. No, it's just another landing zone. You can walk around and shop around inside this landing zone. Big deal, right? That's really all that's going to happen there. But immediately after that, we got 2.6 coming out, and then 2.7. 2.6 is probably going to be out for Gamescom. Maybe not. But probably, maybe not. I don't know. 2.7 will probably be CitizenCon, right? CitizenCon in October. Big procedural planets, atmospheric flight, so there can be dogfights with spaceships, you know, in the atmosphere, kind of like War Thunder-esque. And then you've got landing zones, get out on a planet, walk around. You know, it's gonna be an exciting time when 2.7 comes out. That's gonna be a big change. You got the whole system. You're gonna have to travel from planet to planet. Right now, we're just all around this one planet. So, okay, so that's coming out. And then in War Thunder, you got 1.61 coming out. 1.61, it's got some interesting vehicles. You got the Brumbar, and you've got M60, I think. Yeah, and you got the P47N, which I really wish they would have brought the P47 Razorback in. That would be really cool. They've got a few other vehicles that are kind of exciting, but the Brumbar, stupid move. I mean, it's a beautiful tank. It belongs in the game. It belongs in any World War II tank game, but it's not a War Thunder tank. Because the reason why I say that is War Thunder's got its own little niche, and its niche is my tank sure shoots your tank. That's War Thunder, where the Brumbar doesn't do that. The Brumbar is not a tank shooting tank. It's a tank that or it doesn't even shoot airplanes, because I can understand War Thunder tanks. They have flak tanks, flak vehicles that shoot planes as they're flying over. Sure, that's half the game. But the Brumbar does neither. It has a huge, I don't know how many millimeters. I think it's 300, but it's like this giant cannon that, but it's short. You know, it's only like 1 foot cannon, and it shoots a mortar shell. It lobs this huge mortar shell. Boom, big huge explosion. It should only have HE rounds. It should only have HE rounds, or special types of HE rounds, like smoke or whatever. But but that's not the way War Thunder is set up. War Thunder is not set up like that. If 161 starts introducing vehicles like that into the game and gives them a special role like artillery, where you can lob a shell in to destroy bunkers, or but who cares about destroying bunkers? The bunkers are just for aesthetics and to hide your tank behind. It's not. There's no infantry inside of it. There's no anti-tank gun that you're blowing up, and that's what the Brumbar's for. It has a lot of armor in the front, nothing on the sides and rears. It's like a bunker buster. It drives up, drops its shell, boom, blows up the bunkers or the pillboxes or whatever. That has nothing to do with War Thunder. So I think Brumbars are stupid. Okay, and also they're bringing out the P47N. Really? It's okay. I know, Spider. You're going to get the P47N, but it's a P47 that's late late war, like almost jet era. It's one of those that would fly in Korea, right? And it would, uh, yeah. Gaijin, what are you? And M60, really? I mean, okay, there's already been an M60 in the game, but why don't you just bring out? Why don't you just bring out an Abrams or a Challenger or something? I mean, War Thunder is going completely in the wrong direction, and they got missiles, anti-tank-guided missiles. You know, what they need is some kind of artillery, because artillery was a real thing in World War II. It happened from the very beginning. You know, from World War I, there was artillery. You know, hell, there's been artillery since Napoleonic times. No, medieval times. There was the Burgundians had cannons. Okay, but still, there should be. They should put in artillery, or stop your whole. Or here, this is another thing. Stop. Stop adding to the War Thunder. Build those damn ships. You know, you've been promising ships for years, and we haven't seen squat except for those sailing ships, which is bullshit. Get the damn ships in War Thunder. Get some destroyers, some battleships. Figure out something. Get the Total War experience that that was promised a long time ago. You know, they got the Squadron, or not Squadron, the World War mode supposed to be coming out sometime in the next century. You know, work on that. Don't give me some Brumbar bullshit. That's what, okay. Sorry. 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 Don't give me a jet that, you know, the KI-100 or whatever that's only been flown like 5 times. Don't give me the Tu-4 B-29 Russian version. Fuck that bullshit. Give me my ships or give me my World War mode. Okay, I'm heated. Sorry. Let me back up. Take a deep breath. Okay, sorry. But those are the 2 new things that are coming out pretty soon. I bet you 161, I'm going to guess 161 is going to be revealed at Gamescom, because Gaijin always goes to Gamescom. And 2.5 will probably be released at Gamescom. PTU probably in the next week or so, but then actually revealed or released at Gamescom, because that's this month. And then, yeah, that's another thing. Health packs. Back before 159 came out, health packs were supposed to be released, right? And they never did. So when my crew gets damaged, I can't heal my crew. And then, okay, which is okay. But now they're coming up with this thing called a reinforcement. What? Reinforcement? Gaijin, did you get a new project director or something and he's just gone crazy? Oh my gosh. Sorry. Okay. Also in Star Citizen, they've got the you know how they have Arena Commander with their dogfighting his ships and everything. That's great. I love it. But they're going to be coming out with Star Marine, which is your first-person version of that. And I know a lot of people will be playing that. Just have fun. Yeah, they'll just be having fun, and I know I will. And you might even have the grab ball kind of thing where you're throwing the ball through the hoops, and you know you're floating around in 0G. But then they'll also have the bays, and then you'll have the pluses and the minuses, and you know you're going out. Yeah. All right. So that's enough of that. Enough of that. I've talked your head off, and I appreciate you coming out and checking out this August version of our unit newsletter. And I'll see you in the hangar.